hopefully today it's going to be better than yesterday. I did find a phone setting that I had kind of wrong because I'm actually shooting on one camera and it's connected to, one phone connected to my other phone. And look, there's Teddy. Say hi, Teddy. Having a good time? Yep, having a good time. So hopefully I won't lose connection today. Make a bad video. I might have to get rid of the other video. We'll see. But we're going to check out some of the same stuff I did yesterday because it came out not so great. Yeah, see a few of the highlights. Not a lot of highlights at this show, I will say. I was hoping that 2022 would be back and it would just be bigger and better than ever. It's not. I mean, Reef is always great, don't get me wrong. But I had a sense it was smaller this year. It is smaller than 2019. It is smaller than 2018 because I looked it up. And what I really noticed the difference on, and that kind of bums me a little, I will say, is it's much more of a frag fest than it is kind of an industry event these days. So, and the way I can tell, that I can describe that is, like I said, I didn't look it up until late yesterday. Because I got the feeling yesterday and I didn't know what it was. And I looked up the maps from 2018, I looked up the maps from 2019, and what I realized is there was a lot more manufacturers in those shows. There was a lot more 20-foot booths, a lot more kind of experiential booths. There was a lot more presence, let's just say, than there is this year in terms of larger companies and established companies being here. You don't see the likes of Coral View here, or you don't see, Fritz before had, let's say, a 20 by 20 booth, and now it's a 10 by 20. I think I counted for this show this year about 12 or 13 10 by 20s on the map, and by comparison in 2018, I think there was 35 or something of that nature. So the show is slightly smaller, not a lot smaller, but definitely the types of booths are different. So with that said, I got a few of you guys on here. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to chat. Feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to tell me to go to a booth and check out what they have and maybe give my opinion on it. I'll definitely do that. And so let's have a look around. Let's start first right over here behind me, right there in pink, is Clearwater Scrubbers. So I saw them in the last show. I saw how they were putting together a brand new scrubber. Let's go take a look at that algae scrubber and see what it has to offer. So I'm going to flip it around. All right, we're going to get a demo here of the new Clearwater algae scrubber. Okay, so I interviewed you, obviously, Josh, in the last show. Yep. And you said that was a prototype, and now you're going to have a new one coming out. And Kyle up at Adaptive Reef is building
Correct.
it for you. And so we got it. So now show us how it works. Show us why it's awesomer even than the prototype.
So now this is our completed unit. The one that you saw, obviously, we didn't have the light covers on it. So your light covers come included now on it.
That's so you don't get stray light.
Correct.
Under the
Correct. It's not that bright glowing pink.
Which also could cause nuisance algae and things like that under your sump.
Not really. It's just kind of an eyesore more than that. You got your PVC lid now with the logo on it. And then we changed the tray now to where people with big hands can get down in there with the finger holds.
And you have big hands, man.
Yeah, it's big.
I'll tell you what,
big.
My hand gets lost when I shake his hand. It's like it disappears.
And then if Terrence can come in here, you can see the screens now snap down in here. So these clips snap down in to hold the screen in place.
We got these cool little clips, right? And that's the algae growth material that you have there that just slides on out.
Yep, and then if you want to harvest it without touching the algae, you just pop these clips, pull the screen straight up.
And it squeegees it off?
And the slot will pull it off for you.
Just squeegee it right out of there, right over your trash can or whatever.
Yep.
Very cool.
So, and then you put it right back in, so you don't even have to shut the unit off anymore.
So the average tank, how often are they going to have to change that out, do you think?
7 to 14 days, depending on their feeding and livestock schedule.
And what do I do with these in the tank? Where do I put them? I mean, under my tank or?
Above your water line in your sump there, there's still an external, but now you can mount them everywhere because they're not going to leak. And then Kyle dropped these off yesterday, so everybody's been wanting mounting options, so now we'll have where you can either mount it to the stand underneath.
So the water then drains through this, is that?
Yeah, the bulkhead will sit right through here, and then it's recessed, so the scrubber unit locks into it, so it's not going to slide around.
Very cool. That's one of the big downsides I've seen to a lot of these, right, is how do I mount them underneath my stand?
Correct. And then these are ones that will sit in the sump for you. Nice, slim, in sump.
Very cool. Well, congratulations, man.
Yep, thank you.
Can't wait to see how it does in the market. What's it going to retail for?
They're from $649.99 to $899.99, depending on the size. So 10% off today here at the show and online at Saltwater.
Any replacement parts over time, or is it just going to be what it is for like the longest time?
Probably us upgrading it.
No, I'm just talking about like am I going to have to replace the lights in 3 years on it, or?
They're rated at 50,000 hours, so yeah, I mean 5 to 7 years you probably will. I mean, and the nice part with the screen is you can pick that up at any craft store. So we're, if you want us to sell you one, we'll be happy to, but it's cheaper, just go spend the dollar at the craft store.
Well, we love the DIY. All right, man, take it easy, Josh. Have a great show.
Thanks, Terrence. See ya.
So where are we going to go next? Let's see. One of the cool things too here at the show that we saw was not just corals, but also some amazing tropical plants from Law's Tropical Garden. And these guys, kind of brought land and sea together by having tropical plants. Right now are a huge hit. Really big deal.
Look at this one. So
and they've got some beautiful plants here.
Rattlesnake.
I know it's not coral, but we'll call them garden coral because they really stand out. I mean, there was one here yesterday. Is that the one back there that I liked?
The one that got sold.
The one's already sold.
Oh, this one. What's the name of this
that one?
Oh, yeah, Orienta, their prayer plant.
Yeah, that's the one I like.
That is the one.
This is the one that's already sold, you said, though, or is that a cutting?
This is a cutting that's sold. It's the only one I brought because I can't keep them in stock. They're lemon lime.
Lemon lime, look at that.
There you go.
So, and along with that, they've got some acanthophilia that are amazing. Amazing acanthophilia. And, these things have just blown up. They're, 9-10 inches around. Very cool. You guys having a good show?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you for letting me stop by and see it all. All right. All right, what else we got here? Oh, I wanted to stop by the CJ booth because yesterday it was all choppy, and hopefully today it's not going to be as choppy. And if I do a good one today, then I don't have to, I can get rid of that old choppy one. It's in the bad videos. All right, so we're here at, this is from Adaptive Reef, and it's pretty much bespoke built in Toronto area, Toronto area, Canada, and it's very cool in that it's got the wine glass shape. That's you've seen a million skimmers, obviously. The build quality on it though is excellent. Everything is flame polished, no sharp edges. It has a really cool thing on here that one of the things that Ryan from BRS found in all the skimmer stuff that they did was that the amount of air, the air going in, really made a difference. And so what Kyle did on this one is put adjustment right on the skimmer, and you can see exactly how much you can fine tune and dial in that skimmer, to your liking. Also, obviously, it's got a silencer on it, adjustment tube on it, all the things that you expect to see on a skimmer. And one of the things you don't see on a lot of skimmers, and I've never seen on a skimmer ever, is an adjustable neck. So drop in these adjustable necks, and there you've got a skimmer that will be more efficient when there's less bioload in the tank. So let's say you're starting the tank out, it's not as many fish and corals, you're not feeding as much. It will be more efficient with smaller neck sizes in it, just like that. So this is, I think he's applied for a patent on this even. Very cool skimmer. I mean, skimmers are air bubble creators, so how much can you do? I think this one definitely ups a notch. According to Kyle, it's going to be in the same price range as a Reef Octopus skimmer. And the best part about it, in my opinion, it's going to have a very reliable pump in it, either this AC pump from Seachay or their variable speed DC pump from Seachay. So that's definitely going to be a nice skimmer made in North America, which we need more of that. Up here, another thing that Kyle's put together at Adaptive Reef is a calcium reactor.
And this calcium reactor, for those of you who've been around for a while, looks very familiar. Again, if you guys have any questions, if you want me to see, any other booths, please chime in. Smash the like button, subscribe, all of that stuff too. If you want to see more of this stuff, I'd really appreciate it. But this calcium reactor has a second chamber, has a mixing chamber here for the CO2 with the water. Obviously, it has a seat-shaped pump on it. All the things you want to have, a probe, there's a probe holder up here in the top to hold your probe. Very cool calcium reactor. If you guys who've been out there before recognize it, it's actually a copy of a Vertex is basically what it is. Vertex, who's no longer in business, much again, we're going to call it quits, but that's the time that's happened. So hopefully, if you're not getting a good feed or not, and we'll do this another time. But anyway, that is the adaptive reef here at this event, to be honest with you. But this is here at this event, to be honest with you. But this is one of the newest products that are out here, in my opinion, to take a look at, are the skimmer and this calcium reactor. If you guys got something else you want me to look at, we can do that as well. Here's the Reef to Reef booth. They're doing their thing, as usual. Very cool. And let's give some love to Pacific East Aquaculture. Let's do that. Here's Brightwell. I don't know if anybody's there or not, but there's the Brightwell booth. Looks like it's empty. I guess they're taking lunch or something. All right. Over here, Pacific East Aquaculture. Some of the coolest corals out there. They got everything set super blue right now, and I don't have my filter on. But if you guys haven't heard about them, they go out and source stuff themselves directly from the Far East and get some of the coolest corals, clams, everything you can imagine. I don't know who Hydrospace is, guys. So let's see here. Yeah, Hydrospace. I don't know who Hydrospace is. Maybe, Hydros. Is Hydros there? No, not there. This is where all the greatest stuff goes on in reefing right here. These guys are planning great things.
Love you, Terrence.
Are you in your RV? No. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you park over where I sat?
Well, the parking over there is, it's kind of sketchy in the first part, but so I'm over more towards Walmart.
Oh, yeah. I drove by, saw a bunch of tour buses, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tour buses, and I'm in the back. So anyway, guys, nice seeing you. All right. You guys got something. Hydros is not here. Coral View is not here. I think Coral View stopped coming to the Reefapaloozas. I don't know exactly why. Some really cool rock here from Carib Sea. Take a look at that. How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
And there is the famous Jason Fox corals. Still got a full tank full of corals there. Huh? How's the show going?
Good.
Yeah? What's the hottest thing in your tank right now, Jason?
I don't know. I got a lot of different ones.
A lot of fire.
A lot of fire.
Okay. So nothing's the hottest thing out right now. What's your, what everybody wish they could buy, right? The 2022 home wrecker. Okay.
This is a candy apple goniapora. That was really nice.
Candy apple goniapora. Okay.
This hydrophora is different.
Oh, that is. Look at that.
Firewater hydrophora.
Very cool.
Thank you.
I like the fact that your lights are a little bit more white, so I can actually shoot it without a filter.
Yeah, there's really some super fluids.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. All right, man. Take it easy. All right. Anything else you guys want to see in specific? Let's go back over to the biggest company in the show, which would be Aquaculture. The brands are Ecotech Marine, Neptune Systems, and Leaf. And they are here. And I think that's really the only 20 by 20 booth that's been split into two 10 by 20s right now. And they're showing off the brand new G6. There's Steve Steve supporting himself. You're live, buddy. Sorry. So is this a new water box tank? Let's take a look. We'll get back to him. So this is a new Aquaforest tank, huh? What a cool, look at that. Very cool. You got the apex in there, of course. You got water level cleanly written on the side. Got a quiet area over here for your water levels. I mean, that's for your ATO, of course, your fresh water. Nice area for your filter socks. Some extra space over there. It is the Ocean Guard 605. So let's take a look up top here. So how many gallons is this? 114. Very cool. So we've got two XR15 G6s up there and one XR30 G6 up on top. Obviously a couple of MP40s sitting on the sides. A lot of amazing coral in here. But something tells me that this is going to be a big deal in the aperture world coming up. That this tank is, because it is from Aquaforest, and they really haven't brought any real tanks. Here's the logo. They haven't really brought any tanks into the U.S. yet, and with BRS basically getting Aquaforest, this is probably going to be the staple. And it used to be a water box thing, but now it looks like it's Aquaforest. Let's go over to the Neptune side and see what's up over there.
Good morning.
What's up, guys? Very cool tank. As usual, the Neptune booth has the coolest tank in the show. Bar none, always the case. Coolest fish, coolest corals. They got a gem tang in here. Got a bunch of really cool corals. Octospawn. Look at those torches up there. Very cool. At least my connection's better today, so that's good. You guys can actually see stuff. I can delete the other video. And look at this. Looks like a grafted pectinia or something. Hey, Tom, is that a grafted pectinia? Is that a grafted pectinia?
I believe it is, yes. All the corals are from ARC and Buffalo.
ARC in Buffalo. Very cool. So what kind of tank is this, Tom? The off. Okay. 5,800, complete with the sump and everything. Okay, well, awesome. Looks good with two sky over it too. Lit up really well.